I've been a big fan. I listen to your podcast every day. I graduated college in 2008, and I would say the best and brightest minds of my liberal friends have gone on to work for special interest groups or something of that purview. And I would say the best and brightest conservative minds from college, they have gone and worked in the private sector. And I want to know, how do we further the conservative cause, even though we're not really working in a special interest group? Any suggestions?
Well, I mean, I think that number one, conservatives have always seen politics as a pastime and business as the way that you actually live your life, right? It's sort of a hobby for conservatives, which is why when you look at the presidential stage, this is actually an unusual year because you had 1,000 people running for president, but usually the presidential stage is a bunch of rubes and like one guy who's half decent on the Republican side, and on the Democratic side it's a bunch of people graduated from Yale, right? Because they see government is the business. Government is the business they want to be in. I mean, as far as how people in the private sector can impact politics, I mean, aside from giving to your favorite politicians, I would say that there are groups, you have to be very careful which groups you give to, but there are groups that are interest groups and lobbying groups that are worthwhile. I think the vast majority of big ones are not, but I think that the first thing that you can do, most politics is actually done, and this is very prosaic to say, and it's annoying for me to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Most politics is not done at the level that I do it speaking to big crowds of people. Most politics and people's political views are shaped by what your parents think, what your friends think, what your community thinks. Most of the political work that gets done is you hanging out with your friends at night talking politics. Maybe you watch a video, maybe you don't, but the idea that it's being done by all the special political people is not really true. So the best thing you can do is educate yourself and talk to your friends about your principles. And then I would say be consistent in your principles. The best way to be convincing to people is to make clear that you're not a hack who's just going to back a politician because that politician has a letter on their uniform.